think that was the way to do it. It says we're live.
Why is this always in my face?
Is it in your face?
It's not now.
All right. Somebody in the chat, let us know how the volume is. Oh look, I just got notification. That was an email I got saying that we're live. How's the sound, guys?
Why do I look so tiny?
Because I'm big.
But jeez.
All right, sounds good. Mike says it sounds good. Mike's been here first. He's been here for a while.
Okay.
Somebody already asked this. So you guys, this is the second ever 30-minute Thursday live stream. We were out trick-or-treating. I hope you guys all had a good Halloween. I guess if you're on the West Coast, it's still happening.
Why did he say the candy is celery?
Paul's checking in.
The candy is celery.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
processed.
yeah.
Like that. Okay.
Somebody said.
I thought he was saying it was celery free. Jay, go away.
Matt said how good was tonight's candy haul, and then Jay said their candy is celery and gluten-free almonds.
It was not good. They were losers. They were the lamest trick-or-treaters ever.
Yeah, they were crappy trick-or-treaters. So Paul's here checking in from Albuquerque, New Mexico. You ever been to Albuquerque?
Have we?
We drove through it.
Oh, then
on the way across the country. Serban said, "What's up?" AJ in the house. Top 3 challenges as new parents.
Oh my God, we were new parents so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know.
We're withered old parents now.
Stratford.
So top 3 challenges. First has to be just the adjusting to like a sleep schedule and like
Ava was really good.
I know we were really lucky. It's different for all kids, but I think adjusting to Presley and from Trinidad in the house,
Vegas,
adjusting to the sleep schedule.
No, Jay, you can go F yourself. We are done being
Hold on, I'm trying to answer.
Sorry.
Jody might have had a few beverages tonight.
I did.
She might have had a few beverages.
Just a few.
So we'll see how she's doing. All right. So top three things. It's got to be a sleep schedule.
I guess.
Because like the baby.
For me, I nursed.
Yeah.
So I was up every couple hours nursing all night long.
Yeah, but also it's like we also had super flexibility when you had her because neither of us had a job outside the house. So if we just needed to sleep during the day, then we could do that.
No new nuts. Stop it with these parent things. No new nuts. Done. 3, we're done.
I think that's one. I think the second one is not forgetting that you still have a relationship with your partner. Mm-hmm. That's probably number 2 because it's very easy to just like focus all your attention on the baby. You can't stop yawning here. And
Listen,
then see.
I got like no sleep last night. I've been crafting for 3 days straight.
Yeah. And then number 3, I would say just like, I guess maybe it's like you can't just come and go as you please. You know, it's like there's so much more involved in like you're now like responsible to this little human and like you can't just get up and go somewhere as easily. We always just kept traveling and stuff like that. But again, we had different flexibility.
And then once they get older, they just never shut the F up.
They don't. That's right. All right, Mike checking in from Stratford, New Jersey. That's actually where I was born. I just said that in the car.
We did. I was just there yesterday, I think.
So Rich said Vegas here. No new nuts, definitely not. Mm-mm. All right. Servant said, how do you recover from a downswing and how long was your biggest downswing? I'm pretty fortunate in that I never really had any downswings. I just I've had prolonged break-even stretches. So I've had like 60,000 hand break-even stretches, but when I was playing Six Max online, that was like 2 weeks worth of hands. So I've been pretty fortunate in that respect. And like when I played live poker, my biggest downswings were always like a week long, like 5 or 6 sessions or something like that. But as far as recovering from a downswing, it's all about just kind of focusing on the process and kind of trying to keep the same mentality, whether you're winning or losing, whether you're on a big upswing or whether you're on a big downswing. And so that's just like a matter of understanding what your process is and being confident in your abilities through the process. So that's the best answer I got for that.
Your phone's going off.
My phone is going off.
We're
getting Snapchats from Brad. I hope that means Brad's watching. Yeah. Oh, Jay said it's getting World Series tickets in another state with a 2-week-old at home. So that actually happened. So when Ava was born, we live right outside of Philly, so I'm a big Phillies fan. And when Ava was born, the Phillies were in the World Series, and a friend of mine had a ticket. He lived in St. Pete, and a friend of mine, what?
It's Danielle.
You're
I'm
just
looking
saying,
at.
you can't.
Well,
you can't.
you're talking about poker and.
I'm not talking about
stuff
poker. I'm talking about this.
Oh my god.
A friend of mine lived in St. Pete, and so they were playing. The Phillies were playing the Rays, and he had a ticket to Game 1. Ava was 2 weeks old. I said, Jody, I gotta go. She's like, yeah, you should go. So I went.
It was his birthday yesterday.
Yeah, it was Luke's birthday yesterday. Mike said I like Tipsy Jody. Tipsy Jody's fun.
This is not really Tipsy Jody.
No.
I'm much more nuts. Calabasas.
Checking in from India.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's cool. All right, here you go. James has a question for you, Jody. Jody, how do you handle the ups and downs?
Well, Trevor handles it so well that I don't even know what's going on half the time unless I specifically ask. And I've just gotten to the point where I don't ask anymore because we have been together for so long and everything has always gone so well, knock wood, that I just don't really concern myself with it. I'm not worried about it. I know in the end everything's going to be okay.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely times where my demeanor would change for sure when I'd have like bad days and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it's hasn't really happened at all.
Yeah, that was more in the past. It's
Yeah.
not really like that anymore. So I don't know. I don't really have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Because even if I know that if I got myself worked up about it and whatever, it just never really mattered. I hear Ava coming.
Yep. Ava was here for the last one too.
She was. She's always the last to be awake.
I'll tell you what, this is pretty impressive because we got home from our friend's place.
My laptop.
we got home from the friend's house that we were at for trick or treating at like 8:45, and Andrew and Cam out sleeping in
Record
20
time.
minutes. Yeah,
And they even like stopped and ate and stuff.
Yeah.
Too.
I was concerned that we weren't going to be here on time. I feel like there's less questions coming in the last week.
There is.
So now we can just talk. Last week it felt well. At the beginning last week, I was playing poker, and
that's not Ava. That was Cameron.
Oh yeah, Steve. So
that was her tumbling video.
Yeah, this is Ava. Ava's the oldest one. She
and some people don't even know that I exist.
That's because you don't show your face.
Yeah, you're up awake for that. Cameron is the middle one. That's the cheerleader. So she was the tumbling one, doing the flips and stuff.
Last week after I went to bed, I turned on my phone to see if you were still going.
Ava, how would you describe yourself?
Quiet, but very rambunctious at times.
Rambunctious? Rambunctious, yeah.
Not rambunctious.
What are your likes? What are your hobbies?
I like to paint and dance and sing.
Yeah. Steve is also a firstborn. He's trying to throw you a shout out because you don't get the recognition you deserve. Maybe.
I don't want to get recognition.
That's her choice.
That's her choice. She doesn't want to be involved. She did. I don't know if you guys saw in the one Andrew Hellmuth video. She did sing "Never a Bluff" in that.
That's true.
And she thinks she didn't sing well, but she actually did.
Stop.
Oh yeah,
I really did a good job.
Today in art class we had to draw Egyptian people, and I didn't draw my head big enough so it looked like this small, and all the details were squished together, and then I didn't make you have lipstick on your teeth. And then
Thank you, Ava.
And then I didn't make the body big enough, so she looked like she was 10 feet tall.
All right, State of Virtue asked. He said, "Poker Stars launching Monday in PA. Any tips for intrastate poker pool and what to expect the first month?" Trying to think back as far as the first month goes. So New Jersey launched 6 years ago in November, and I remember it being not as it wasn't as active as I thought it would be. But then it was just Anthony's in chat too. It was just a matter of there wasn't as much liquidity right in the beginning because people were trying to figure out how to deposit. A lot of people didn't even know that it had started yet and things like that. So I think that's going to be the case for PA as well. I would assume it to be a little bit slow to start until people.
Sorry.
Right? Until people know that you can actually play on Poker Stars and that that money's on there. So I wouldn't expect too much from the first month, but it's really good if you can get in there right away and kind of establish who the better players are. I'll tell you, I think that PA will be a little bit tougher than New Jersey when it first started because I think that some of the New Jersey regulars who've been playing for 6 years are going to move into the PA market as well. I mean, I live 10 minutes from Philly, so I'm kind of taking a wait and see approach and possibly possibly getting like an office or something that I go to a couple of days a week to play PLO in PA. But as far as tips, like just if you're not used to playing online poker, you're gonna really want to put a lot of work in because it's completely different than playing live. And if you can put a lot of work in early, you're gonna have a huge edge on the people who aren't putting the work in and are just like randomly playing every once in a while. So, but I really think that intrastate player pools, if you play cash games, intrastate where it's just the one state pool is going to be ideal for you. Because if Pennsylvania immediately came in and was combined with New Jersey and Vegas, the people in PA would be at a huge disadvantage. So getting to start out with everybody just in PA is a huge advantage. Jody, you want to answer what the kids were today?
Ava was a neon skeleton. You think it'll show up on here?
I don't know.
Let's see. This was Ava's makeup. She was a neon skeleton. And Cameron was a dead bride.
Nope.
Ugh, my phone's dying.
Can you tell how dramatic she is there?
And Andrew was Titanium Zane.
So if you guys don't follow us on Twitter, check on Twitter if you want to see this whole thing, because Jody made this costume.
There wasn't enough grape juice to put.
And yeah, that was amazing costume. Ayumide? I don't know how you say that. How would you say his name? Hey yo. He said I loved it. Watched it again last night. Never a bluff. See, people like it. Anthony is here. Happy Halloween, Anthony. Anthony's son Felix is the best ever Napoleon Dynamite I've ever seen. Awesome. It was so great.
Please go to bed.
Ben, what's up, Ben? How's it going, man?
Come on, go to
bed. Hope you're doing well. Ben said, I think it's important to have a supportive wife. A non-supportive wife can affect decision making. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Please go to bed.
I mean, that's the one thing for sure. One of the toughest things about playing poker online in the house is the distractions that can be presented. Like if the kids are having a rough day, and I definitely dealt with that through a lot of stretches. Like when we were having tough times with Cameron and stuff like that, it would be hard not to carry that over to like the poker session. So I think I've worked really hard to make sure that I am not carrying over things from the family into my poker play, and I'm really separating those things. Otherwise, it just like you said, if you don't have a supportive wife, it can affect your decision making, can definitely affect your play. Mike said nice makeup. Cam's going to be an actress.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Here's the side by side of Andrew.
Yeah. Good night.
That's what Ava. He wanted to be. Good night, Ava. Love you.
And said Cameron can be one of the best Hollywood actresses. She's amazing in front of the camera.
We got to get her out of cheer though, because she's obsessed with cheer.
Yeah, so not gonna happen.
Makes it really hard.
Anthony said Sarah and Felix walked in just in time to hear the Napoleon compliment. That's awesome. All right, Melody had an "I'm not such an unhealthy degen" moment when Jody said that you should shop primarily around the perimeter of the grocery aisle in one of your vlogs. I was like, hey, I do that. Thanks, Jody.
You got it.
There you go.
It's true.
If you like other tips like that on the podcast, we do a lot of talking about different food tips and things like that. Jody does a lot of nutrition questions. So if you guys like that type of information, the podcast is the place to go for that. All right. Lucky Buddha. Trevor, what are your thoughts on the future of online poker in 5+ years with the threat of things like real-time solvers? If it ever gets to the point where online is no longer profitable for you, will you go back to full-time live? Yeah, so real-time solvers are obviously somewhat of a concern. The thing is, I'm of the belief that even though solvers can help you a lot and they can be profitable for people, obviously, they're not necessarily the most profitable way to play. And so I think there's still ways around it. And I think there will also be some sort of if it becomes too big of an issue, there will be some sort of security measures in place, I think, at that point to make sure that they don't happen. I know there's some sites, there's some Asian sites where they take a picture of your face like every 30 seconds as you play. And I feel like there's other technology ways that they'll kind of get around that. So I'm not too worried about the solver thing. And if it ever gets to the point where online is no longer profitable for me, will I go back to live full time? I don't really know, honestly. I think I'll always play some form of poker for like 20 hours a week, whether it's live or online. But I'm hoping that if it ever becomes not profitable, that means that I already made all the money and I don't need to make any more money. So, Anthony said, Andrew's costume was great, guys. Awesome job. Jose, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Happy Halloween. And James said, is Maryland Live on your schedule? Yes. Jody and I will both be there December 10th for Andrew and Brad's meetup game. Johnny Vibes will be there. Matt Vaughn. I'm not sure who else is going to come. Hopefully, Jamin comes. That'd be pretty cool.
Do you have a babysitter?
Not yet, but we'll get one. We have a room booked. We don't have a babysitter, but we have a room booked. And then I'm going to do another meetup game myself at Maryland Live in January, I think is going to be the plan. Either January or February. We got 7 tables last time, so hopefully can break that record this time. So what do we talk about on the podcast this week? Maybe there's nobody. Oh, thanks. James. I don't know if you're talking about me as your favorite vlogger or you're talking about all those other people there. That's probably. I was saying thank you, like already taking a couple. Since there's a little time period here without no questions here. Yeah, you can ask drunk Jody any questions you want.
I'm not drunk.
Tipsy Jody.
Definitely not.
Sorry,
drunk.
Not drunk. What did we talk about on the podcast this week? Oh, we talked about getting sick. Because Andrew got sick on Monday. So Melody said, I know you guys are moving to Florida and you're at Derby Lane recently. Are you moving to St. Pete area? Have you played at Hard Rock Tampa? We're actually not moving to Florida. We have bought a vacation rental in Florida. So we will just have that there. We'll be renting it out to people, but we also have it to go down to whenever we want to. Play at Derby Lane a lot. Have definitely played at Hard Rock Tampa a couple times. We're going to be down in Florida next week, actually, and going to try to go up to either Hard Rock or Derby while we're there. So we'll probably post on Instagram or on the YouTube community chat tab or whatever to let you guys know that we're going up there. But yeah, St. Pete is where that house is. Michael said, always book trips first, figure out childcare second. That's exactly what we do. That's the way to go. Luke, what's up, man? Much appreciated. Happy Halloween, and drink some beers.
I did not drink beer.
Yeah, what'd you drink tonight?
I had a I don't know what to say what I was drinking.
Why?
It was an almond milk cashew milk blend.
An almond milk cashew milk? How basic are you?
With some cinnamon and some nutmeg and some vanilla rum.
All right.
It was good though. It was like a sugar-free rum chata.
Sugar-free rum chata. Okay. Wixie said, no one ever comes to Foxwoods or Mohegan Sun or the new Encore Boston for our meetup game. A possibility you might explore. Also born and raised Bucks County. Okay. Bucks County her dad actually lived in Bucks County for a while.
That's where my stepmom is from.
Yeah. I want to go up to Boston, to the Encore Boston at some point. I'm not sure when to fit it in the schedule. I haven't reached out to any of those places because I don't know anyone there as far as getting a meetup game set up. And also scheduling wise, I don't really know when we do it. I know that Brad and Andrew are in contact with a bunch of those places. And I think that one of them, I'm guessing Encore Boston, don't know this for sure, is probably going to be on the list of places that they try to go in the beginning of next year. But yeah, I mean, I've actually never been to Foxwoods before, which is kind of crazy. It's not that far from us.
Wait, where did we go?
We went to Mohegan.
Oh, Mohegan. Yeah.
Right before Black Friday, Mohegan Sun had a North American Poker Tour tournament, and I played in that. It was the week before Black Friday, actually, and we went up there for that. And that was the only time I've ever really played poker in that area at all. We went to Boston when Ava was 6 months old or something like that, but that was before poker was there at all. All right, let's see, where do we go? Mike, where did you guys go to high school? I went to Deptford, and Jody went to West Deptford. Anthony said basic. Eric, what's up, man? Need to come to Montreal for sure. The best in the business. Thank you very much. Montreal is a place we are going
Mm-hmm.
in the next year. We're going to go in the next year. Let's write that down.
Okay.
How about maybe like, God, it's so hard. So the biggest problem for us is, well, one, we have 3 kids, which you guys obviously know. And Cam is in cheer, and we travel a lot for that. And then we go to Vegas every summer in California, and then we're going to go to Barcelona this year, hopefully. And so it's like trying to mix all these other trips in there with cheer, because not only do we have to travel for cheer, but she also can't miss practice for cheer.
Mm-hmm.
So then it becomes a matter of trying to figure all that stuff out. God. All right, let's go here. Back up here.
Gotta keep up now.
Open up the ability to tip you, and I'll buy you both a beer. Thank you, Luke. I think I need 10,000 subscribers to do that, but I'm not sure. But I appreciate that. Hopefully, we'll get to meet up at some point, and you can buy us a cashew almond milk latte.
We don't drink beer because we're gluten free.
Yeah, true. Well, they have gluten-free beer.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. No offense, but I think beer is the most awful thing in the world.
True.
Well, you don't think that?
No.
I think
Yeah.
that.
Any advice? What could be more profitable in the long run, playing online or live, and also some insights on deep stacks gameplay, like more than 100 big blinds. So I assume in India that I don't know what the player pool is like online there. It just depends a lot on your games. I mean, if you're anywhere else in the rest of the world, I would say probably finding a live casino to play in is going to be the best option, because rest of the world games are, from what I've heard, very difficult. If you can get into smaller market games, then you have a better chance to do well if you are well studied in the online game. But it also depends on your individual strengths and weaknesses as well. And then insights on deep stack gameplay, more than 100 big blinds. Really, it's just a lot of pre-flop adjustments, honestly, and it depends on how the game is playing. It's very important to note whether you're playing a multi-way type game or a more heads up and 3-way pot type game, because that's going to affect the type of hands that you should continue with. So if you're playing games where you're really deep stacked, and Jody's bored by these poker things. If you're really deep stacked and playing a lot of multi-way pots, you want to play like suited aces and pocket pairs, so hands that have a chance of really coolering opponents in 6-way pots, basically. If you're really deep and you're playing lots of heads up and 3-way pots and you're 300 big blinds deep, then you can expand ranges really wide. Any suggestion on how to grow 0 sub YouTube channel? Plan to do a vlog poker channel toward Chinese audience. The growing of the channel has never been my greatest strength. What I would say is make sure it's something that you're really passionate about and that you really want to do. Otherwise, there's no point in doing it. And be consistent with putting out content.
Yes, I will serve the best gluten-free cocktails.
What did Jay say? If you know anyone in the casino, ask them to have.
Telling people.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, Larry says, who do you guys use for health insurance being a pro poker player? Man, health insurance is the worst.
We have AmeriHealth.
Yeah, AmeriHealth is what we have. It's not even that great of a plan.
No,
and
it's awful.
For the last 5 years, we've averaged $25,000 spent per year on health insurance and doctor's bills. Not fun.
And we don't even really go to the doctor.
No, and we never go to the doctor. Bucks County. Where's that? It was
Morrisville.
Morrisville, yeah.
The Pennsbury High. I know that's like a really popular place.
Presley said, does your wife's father and mother like what you do?
No, does your wife, father, and mother, not wife's father. Right? I don't know.
Yeah, your wife's father and mother.
No, it doesn't say that though.
But that's what he means.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It could be 3 separate people.
It could be, true.
I don't mind what he does.
And then what?
My dad does not mind what he does, and my mom also does not mind.
Yeah, and my parents love it. My parents encouraged me from the beginning to do whatever it was that I wanted. Presley said soon 10,000 subs. Yes, hopefully soon. Not getting too many subs recently. People did not like these strategy videos. They did not do well in the YouTube streets. Larry said, any plans to attend the Fall Poker Open at Borgata in the next few weeks? You know what? That's the one I always forget about, because it's like right near Thanksgiving. I don't think so, because we're going to Aruba for the WSOP circuit event and our 10-year wedding anniversary. So actually, in a couple weeks, we're going to be doing this live stream from the airport, Or no, not from the airport. Next week we're going to be doing a live stream from the airport in Florida.
Oh.
And then
we'll be in the airport at 9:30 at night.
Yeah, our flight leaves at like 10 o'clock at night on Thursday. We got 5 minutes left, and then we got
so we won't be doing. We board the plane 30 minutes.
10:20. So we'll have to schedule for 9 o'clock next week, guys. But then like 3 weeks from now, we're gonna do it from Aruba. And while we're there, we're gonna do the podcast. We're actually gonna have a special guest on the podcast. 2012 WSOP main event champion Greg Merson will be on the podcast, and I'm gonna try to get him to come on this Thursday night stream too, if that's cool with you.
I don't care.
So, all right, where are we at here? Oh yeah, so I will probably not be at the Borgata for the parks for that. Michael said, "Do you have a date set for parks?" No date set for that, but things are in the work. James said, "Mind sharing your history of blind levels?" I assume you mean as far as what I've played, what levels I played. I'm guessing. I still play everything from 1-2 to 25-50. So I've always played all different levels. Mike said, "Where do you like to play online?" I play on Borgata, PokerStars, and WSOP. When is your next meetup game plan? I'll be at Maryland Live December 10th with Brad and Andrew. And then my next game will probably be at Maryland Live again in January or February. I'm not sure. Might be able to get parks done sooner than that. I'm not sure. Leonello, what's up, man? Showing support from Miami. How's Cam doing in school? Cam's doing great in school this year. She's had a great school year. It's been amazing.
She's a math whiz.
Yeah. It's huge progress this year from Cam in school. We like when you post your actual game. I believe that. I understand. I'm going to do that. Lucky Buddha, Jody, I know you don't play poker. Have you ever tried? If so, how many times?
Yes, I've tried many times, but Trevor is way too intense of a teacher, and I lose focus really fast because I just ask him to teach me like the, what beats what, because I haven't even really grasped that. Like I have basic understanding, but as soon as we sit down and start playing, then we just go through hands, and then he starts talking about strategy and stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's it, I'm done. Just pack it up because you're losing me. He just can't. He can't teach from a basic level. So
yeah, apparently my poker talking is not customized well to beginners. I'm like, how can you not put him on this range, Jody? Like, look at it. I mean, what's going on? Yeah, Trinidad and Tobago. I feel like I looked it up before. Actually, I looked up prices there, and it was actually not that bad. Plus, we can just go stay with Presley, so it's all good.
Oh, you gotta keep yelling. I'm sorry.
Jen said it would be fun watching you, Andrew, and Brad on like a family home game with the kids. That would be pretty funny. I wonder if we might be able to work that out. We would go to Denny's again with them and have them. Michael said, "Any plans on hitting up the new Boston Encore Casino Poker Room for a mug?" Yeah, I talked about that a little bit earlier in here. I don't have any specific plans, but I think there are plans in the work for that, and I definitely want to go play there either way. So, you're down in Miami, right? Will do. Melody said, "Having children involved in sports mandates good insurance. I have 2 soccer players, 2 ACL tears, a broken arm, broken finger, and a broken clavicle." Yeah, that's a lot of money.
We have had a broken finger so far, and Ava, not even in sports, has had 2 concussions.
Yeah. James, we will do this. We're doing this every Thursday at 9:30 for a half hour. That's the 30-minute Thursday. That's the current plan. I don't know. I feel like maybe 30 minutes isn't enough. It feels like the steam gets going, into it. Maybe we need to make it 60-minute Saturday or something.
Oh my God.
I guess it doesn't have to have a catchy theme title, right?
No,
it could just be Thursday night live stream, right?
Yeah.
I like
Or
catchy titles.
night.
Or a different night. Casey said Parks or Sugar House the next few weeks. I'll be down in 2 weeks. Cheesesteaks at Pat's, Geno's, or Jim's. Okay. So first, I don't know if I'll be at Parks or Sugar House in the next few weeks. Probably not, just because we have so much going on. I do need to go film a vlog somewhere so that I can put a video out next week.
Can you eat a cheesesteak?
And I can't eat a cheesesteak. But here's what the GTO cheesesteak plan is. If you're trying to be touristy, get the cheesesteak at Geno's, whiz and provolone with, and get the cheese fries from, what did I say? Pat's. Get the cheese fries from Pat's. So you go to both places. If you want to get the best cheesesteak, not just the tourist experience, go to John's Roast Pork. You have to go there before 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So usually like for lunch. John's Roast Pork, whiz with, that's my go-to order there. And that's that. Matt, what's up? Indianapolis. If we ever make it to Indianapolis, we will definitely come to your home game, buddy. Yeah, that's what I said, Wixie. Gino's pass for tours. Charlie. Oh, Charlie, what's up, man? Yeah, I would love.
Cut it off. We're at 30 minutes.
Oh, we're at 30 minutes. We got to cut it off now, right?
No.
That's how it works. It's 30 minute Thursday. What, you just want to keep going? You got a second wind here?
I mean,
all right, we'll get
yawning. I'm yawning. I crafted for three days straight.
Yeah. Emil said, what's your longest win streak? I'm on a 10-game win streak, 7 cash game plus 3 tournaments. It's such a high. I don't know. Actually, so I don't know what my longest individual win streak was, like where I just didn't lose in a session. But one of my friends, AG, when the Mike Postle thing happened, he said, 2 hours. when the Mike Postle thing happened, he said, Trevor, go back and look through your live cash game records and tell me how many winning sessions you had like in a period of time, because it was like Mike Postle won 62 out of 69 sessions. So then I was like, all right, well, I gotta look up a heater that I had, and I found one heater where I won. It was something like 30 out of 33 sessions in a row, or like 30 sessions out of 33, and I won, I don't know, like some ridiculous amount of money in that time period. So that was probably one of my biggest heaters. That was playing live during that time. That was like in probably June of 2012 or something like that. All right. Mike, see you next week. Anthony, see you next week. And Presley, see you next week. See you guys all next week. Happy to be here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Maybe we'll come up with a new name and extend it. I think next week we're going to do 9 o'clock on Thursday. Maybe we should do it. Maybe we'll do it on Wednesday from Florida. Do we want to change the? I feel like you need to be consistent with this stuff. Maybe the same 35 people will just show up no matter what day we do it.
Trevor yelled at me this week because the podcast was not available at 5 a.m.
It came out 3 hours late.
It did.
Unacceptable.
I was very busy trying to make my son's Halloween costume.
All right. Well, people seem to enjoy them at least. So I don't know whether we'll do it on a different day. 30-ish. Yeah, that's right, Tom. 30-ish minute Thursday. See you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you guys have a great weekend.
Happy Halloween, everybody. I see everybody saying happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween. And we will see you guys maybe Thursday, maybe Wednesday, maybe both days.
Maybe every night.
Yeah, we'll just stream every night. All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.